The phone buzzed relentlessly on the granite countertop, vibrating against the half-empty coffee mug I'd left there moments ago. I was up to my elbows in soapy water, scrubbing last night's dinner plates while little Alex raced his toy cars across the hardwood floor in the adjoining family room. "Mommy." "Daddy's phone," he shouted, pausing his vroom-vroom sounds to point at the device. Michael had dashed out to the garage to tinker with the neighbor's broken gate, leaving his cell behind as usual. That generic ringtone grated on my nerves. He never bothered customizing it. I wiped my hands on the tea towel and picked it up. Unknown caller. Probably another client for his contracting business. Weekends were prime time for home improvement emergencies. I swiped to answer. "Hello." Michael's phone. Silence stretched on the line, thick and unnerving. Then, a woman's voice, soft as silk sheets, floated through. "You left your socks here again." My breath caught in my throat. It was intimate, teasing, like a lover's murmur after a stolen night. The kitchen spun around me, the stainless steel fridge, the pendant lights, the crayon drawings stuck to the door. She didn't hang up. Instead, a light giggle escaped her, warm and affectionate, twisting the knife deeper. "I love you so much." The words landed like a gut punch, sucking the air from my lungs. My fingers slammed the end call button, nearly cracking the screen. The room went quiet, save for Alex's cars zooming obliviously. I gripped the counter, knuckles white, staring at the phone like it was poison. Socks. He'd left his damn socks at her place. That meant intimacy, bare feet on her carpet, clothes discarded in passion. My mind raced, piecing together fragments I'd ignored, late nights at job sites, the faint scent of unfamiliar perfume on his shirts, the way he'd zone out during dinner. 8 years married. 10 together. Alex was 5, meaning this affair might have shadowed our son's entire life. The voice replayed in my head, that giggle like acid in my veins. And worse, it tugged at a buried memory, familiar yet elusive, like a half-remembered dream. This wasn't some anonymous fling, this was someone from our world. Someone I'd crossed paths with. I paced the kitchen, heart hammering, while Alex tugged at my jeans. "Mommy okay?" I forced a smile, ruffling his sandy hair, Michael's hair. "Just tired." "Sweetie, go play." But inside, rage simmered. A slow boil of betrayal. Michael emerged from the garage an hour later, wiping grease from his hands, oblivious. "Hey." "Han," he pecked my cheek. Routine as clockwork. I watched him at the sink, scrubbing up, wondering if he was washing away her touch. "Your phone rang," I said, voice flat as steel. He glanced back, casual. "Oh? Who?" I answered, his shoulders tensed. Just a flicker. But I caught it, panic in his eyes. "What did they say?" "A woman. Said you left your socks at her place. And that she loves you." His face paled. Not the guilty flush of a cheater caught red-handed, but a ghostly white, like he'd seen his own grave. "Emma. It's not," she giggled. "Michael. Like she owns you." He ran a hand through his hair, eyes darting to Alex in the next room. "We can't do this now. Later. After he sleeps." "No. Now." My voice rose, sharp as shattered glass. Alex peeked in, wide-eyed. I lowered it to a hiss. "Who is she?" He shook his head, trembling. "I can't. You wouldn't get it." That stung worse than the call, his doubt in me. "After everything. Try me." He pulled out his phone, dialing frantically, then bolted outside, pacing the yard like a trapped animal, whispering urgently, probably to her, covering his tracks. That night, he crashed on the couch, claiming he needed space. I lay in our king-size bed, sheets cold without him, mind churning through a decade of lies. The silence between us grew, a chasm of unspoken accusations. By morning, he was gone before dawn, off to a site, a note on the counter, talk tonight. Love you. Bullshit. The not knowing gnawed at me like rot. After dropping Alex at kindergarten, I tore through his things drawers, closet, desk. No love notes, no receipts for motel rooms. But in the filing cabinet, buried under tax forms and our marriage certificate, bank statements, monthly transfers, $500 to Riverside Haven for 4 years. I'd never heard of it. Our budget was tight: mortgage, preschool fees, groceries, yet he'd siphoned this off without a word? I Googled it on my laptop. Heart pounding. Riverside Haven, a long-term residential care facility for mental health and developmental disorders. Photos of serene gardens, group therapy rooms, patients with vacant stares. Not an affair hideout, a institution. Michael had been funding someone's stay. Someone he loved enough to bankrupt us quietly. Rage morphed into a cold resolve. This was bigger than cheating, it was a parallel life. Hidden in plain sight. I printed the statements, stuffed them in my bag. Riverside was a 30-minute drive across town. Plenty of time before Alex's pickup. I needed answers, and if Michael wouldn't give them, I'd take them. The facility loomed like a forgotten asylum. Brick facade cracked. Parking lot sparse under overcast skies. Inside, the lobby reeked of bleach and faded hope. Can I help? The receptionist, Carla, eyed me warily. I'm here about payments my husband makes. Michael Hayes, she typed. Then her face softened with pity. Oh, you're his wife. He's been so devoted to his sister. Sister? The words slammed into me. Michael had told me he was an only child. Parents killed in a car crash when he was 18. Lies upon lies. He has a sister? Isabella? Carla nodded. Hesitant. She's been here since her early 20s. Severe schizophrenia. He's her guardian. Handles everything. Guardian. The phone call clicked to her confusion. The intimate tone. Not a lover, but a sibling lost in delusion. But the betrayal burned deeper now. He'd hidden her. Lied about his family. Drained our savings. Why? Shame? Fear I'd bolt? The silence he'd enforced was its own knife. Carla wouldn't let me see her, Michael's rules. No visitors without his okay. But I begged. Tears streaming. Please. He's lied to me for years. She relented. Whispering. Room 142. But I didn't say that. I waited in the lobby, watching broken families shuffle by, my own fractures mirroring theirs. When visiting hours hit, I slipped down the hall. Room 142, Isabella Hayes. I knocked. Entered. She sat by the window. Mid-30s. Michael's eyes in a fragile face. Michael? You're early. Her voice, that voice from the call, lit with joy. Then confusion. Wait. You're not. Who? I'm Emma. Michael's wife. Her face crumpled. Cycling through shock. Hurt. Resignation. Wife? He never said. I thought you were just a girlfriend from college. Long gone. We talked for hours. She spilled it all. Psychotic breaks at 22. Parents abandoning them both when the crazy became too much. Michael chose her over them. Got disowned. He'd been her rock. But in her episodes, reality blurred. Brother became lover in her mind. I'm ashamed, she whispered. I ruin everything. That's why he hides me. My heart ached for her. But fury at Michael surged. He'd chosen silence over trust, letting me suffer in ignorance. Driving home, the pieces fueled a vengeful fire. He'd robbed me of truth, endangered our finances, made me question my sanity. Payback wasn't about destruction, it was reclaiming control. I called a lawyer that afternoon, quietly filing for divorce on grounds of financial deceit and emotional abandonment. No alimony demands yet. I'd hit him where it hurt, exposure. I contacted a journalist friend, anonymously tipping a story. Local contractor hides mentally ill sister. Drains family funds in secret. It'd ruin his business, his reputation. The silence he'd weaponized? I'd shatter it. Michael came home early, face drawn. Emma. About Isabella, I know everything. I laid out the statements. The visit. He collapsed into a chair, sobbing. I was scared you'd leave. Our kids might inherit it. I couldn't risk. You risked us anyway, I spat. With lies. He begged forgiveness. Promised therapy. Full disclosure. But the papers were served that week. The article hit local news. Hidden burdens. A family's secret struggle. Clients dropped him. Neighbors whispered. He lost contracts. Spiraled into depression. Isabella's care suffered, funds tight. Visits strained. Months later, as the divorce finalized, I sat in our empty house, Alex with me half-time. The revenge tasted bitter. I'd exposed his shame, but it echoed mine, the pain of betrayal, the cost of silence. Michael, broken, moved to a cheap apartment, still visiting Isabella. She called me once. Voice steady, you hurt him like our parents did. The cycle of hurt continued. I won the house, custody, but lost the family we'd built. Vengeance didn't heal, it just spread the wounds wider. A quiet explosion that left us all in ruins.